Hey everybody, this is Jerry and welcome to the New Deal New Minute, Monday, October 19th, 2020. Happy Monday. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, you're home from work, you're relaxing, you're looking forward to the weekend because after Monday, you're just looking forward to the weekend. So I hope everyone has had a great day so far. We have 15 days until the election, 1-5, just over 2 weeks. Go vote. Go vote early. Go vote however you can. Make a plan to do it. Don't leave it up to the last minute. Just make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row and you're ready to go vote for the candidate that you support. This election is too important not to make sure that your vote will count. So we've got some news stories for Monday, and I want to talk a little bit about the New York Post article that came out last week involving Hunter Biden. Last week, the New York Post published a story which alleges that Hunter Biden sent some email to a Ukrainian official, trying to set up Joe Biden with a meeting with the Ukrainian oil company, and it's weird. But here's the weird stuff, right? So the story originates in a local shop in Delaware, a computer repair shop, where the owner or whoever's there, found this random laptop, and that laptop just happened to be Hunter Biden's laptop. And for some reason, they decided to search this laptop, and they found in the laptop these emails. And then they contacted someone or Rudy Giuliani. Either way, the laptop got to Rudy Giuliani, and Giuliani decided, man, I got to do something with this. Let me bring it to the New York Post, a tabloid. Let me bring it to the New York Post. So Mr. Giuliani said he chose the Post because either nobody would take it, as in other news outlets, or if they took it, they would spend all the time they could to try to contradict it before they put it out. And let's be real here. We live in a capitalist country. If any news outlet had a bombshell report on either candidate 2 weeks before the election, and they could independently verify that story, and they could get viable, reliable sources on that story, every news outlet would run with it. All of them. It's an industry. They need the exposure, but they didn't. Even after the Post published the story, no other news outlet or news channel, news organization ran with it. No one, which is interesting. So the New York Post. The New York Post was, owned by Rupert Murdoch, who's the founder of Fox News. So that's interesting. The article itself was sourced by two people. Steve Bannon, a former owner of Breitbart and Trump campaign advisor, and Rudy Giuliani, Trump lawyer. Two sources. The main writers on this report refused to sign the report, like put their name on the article. They didn't want their name to be associated with the article, even though it was being published and even though it was an election time bombshell, which supposedly, revealed this scheme. They didn't want their name on it. A woman whose name did appear on it was an associate producer for Hannity, Sean Hannity, on Fox News. So let's just start connecting the dots. If it doesn't feel right, it's for a reason, okay? So that was just an interesting tidbit from this morning. I know there have been reports that the FBI is investigating a Russian disinformation campaign tied to Rudy Giuliani, and the information in this article may be relevant. So we may have, in real time, seen a Russian disinformation effort be put forward by a U.S. news or U.S. tabloid, which was then seen by a bunch of Republicans on social media, or I should say right-wingers, not necessarily Republicans, and those people got upset when Twitter and Facebook decided that they wanted to shut the story down. And we don't know why they shut the story down, but it was shut down. So we have seen in real time, potentially, a Russian disinformation campaign take place, and we've seen the effect it can immediately have on portions of the electorate, which is scary. So keep that in mind. In other news, Donald Trump called Dr. Anthony Fauci a disaster in a campaign call. I quote, "People are tired of hearing Fauci and these idiots. All these idiots who got it wrong." So here we are in the midst of a pandemic, and Donald Trump, who was working closely with Dr. Fauci because he's the nation's leading epidemiologist, is now calling Fauci an idiot. Another piece of interesting news is that Dr. Deborah Birx, who is also put on the COVID task force with Anthony Fauci, there's news that she went to the White House to try to get Trump's current doctor, Dr. Scott Atlas, removed from the task force because he's been saying things like, don't wear a mask. So Trump is bashing Anthony Fauci in the midst of a pandemic. He also said, people are tired of COVID. I have the biggest rallies I've ever had, and we have COVID. People are saying, whatever, just leave us alone. They're tired of it. If American soldiers in World War II said, you know what, we're tired of fighting. We're tired of the injuries. We're tired of the death. They say this is a war, but whatever. Let's just go home. Let Hitler win. Wouldn't fly, because Americans step up to the task. We step up in the difficult moments. We are not lazy people. What Donald Trump is advocating is a lazy strategy for COVID-19. And he's basically saying, well, you know, if you're sick of it, if it's an inconvenience to you, just whatever, just ignore it. Ignore the leading epidemiologist. Ignore the science, which is fantastic. 220,000 plus dead, but ignore it and keep having those rallies. But I think we'll hear about this again on Thursday, because it looks like we are going to have a third presidential debate. Do I look excited? I'm a little excited. Why? I don't know. I like debates. I like seeing stuff. Am I scared? Sure. Am I excited? Yes. So that debate will be Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be 90 minutes. They're going to be covering COVID-19, American families, race in America, climate change, national security, and leadership. And I'm really interested about leadership because I'd like to know Donald Trump's stance on leadership, because he hasn't really told us what it is. So I'm interested to know. I'm also interested to know what his stance on race is. Will we see a Mike Pence moment where, Donald Trump does some equivalent of saying that he doesn't believe in implicit bias? Because that's basically just ignoring the problem. Will Donald Trump just ignore the problem on race? We'll be interested to see. So I will definitely be putting up a debate preview this week on the New Minute. So be on the lookout for that. We will also have a debate watch party on Thursday on Facebook. So please join us just prior to the debate. Come watch the debate, comment, join the discussion, and we can all have that experience together. And especially if it's as outlandish as the first, we can have a shared experience. So that should be fun. So be on the lookout for that. New podcast episode coming later this week with a guest co-host. So be ready for that coming out either Thursday or Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great week for this stuff. It's going to be an intriguing week leading up to the election. Have a great week. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.